Welcome back, YouTubers. This is Kyle from Krazy Media, and we're breaking the rules today. We're going to discuss why I chose this brand and why I can consistently work on YouTube and creating content and producing more content. Plain and simple, I've never followed the rules and I've never lived by normal moral code. I've always did my own thing, and I've always learned lessons the hard way, and I've always had to find my own path in this world. And in doing so, I came across a new realization that smartphones are the way to success in the future. If you're not hustling on your smartphone or making an income on your smartphone in your spare time, you're probably not relevant. You're probably not trending. You're probably not popular, to be honest. Social media, smartphones, and YouTube are the future. Google is the future. Google owns YouTube. The reason I'm trying to overcome these obstacles on YouTube and become a successful YouTube creator is because of all the rewards that could potentially be there later on. I'm starting a media company. So not only can I produce content for your smartphones, but for your tablets, for your TVs, for the classroom, for anything, for advertising, for entrepreneurs, for business, for YouTube creators. This is going to be beneficial for everybody, because as soon as the following reaches this channel, all I have to do is review an app or review a YouTube channel and give it a rating and critique it, and that's all I got to do to stick to my niche. But that's not all that's in my niche. This is Krazy Media, so we're talking about other things too. We're not just talking about the 100% sticking to the norm, because the norm isn't everything. You know what I mean? The norm isn't what's gonna break the barrier here. People say stick to your niche and stick to, a particular audience. My audience is the entire globe. So I have to make content in various different categories so I can reach my audience. My audience is everybody. I don't care who watches my video. I don't care if you're from America or if you're from another country. If you're watching my video content, I appreciate it and I value that. I'm not out here to make money off people right now. I'm not out here to monetize my YouTube channel. Even if I had 1 million subscribers, I wouldn't monetize right now. I'm in the learning process of becoming a better creator and doing different things and different ideas throughout YouTube to become more successful. YouTube is now the leading social media site in the world. Facebook is number 4. Yeah, Facebook is number 4. So, like I figured a year ago when I started this YouTube journey, that YouTube wasn't going nowhere and YouTube was the video of the future. So what better way to make a brand that focuses on the largest social media platform in the entire world? Facebook has over 2 billion users, and YouTube is killing that. YouTube and Instagram are above Facebook. So I'm putting all my effort into YouTube and making content and relevant content and trying to figure out what people want from this channel, because I could go a few different ways. I could talk a lot about addiction, which I'm very familiar with. I'm familiar with mental illness, arthritis, debt, but I'm also very familiar with YouTube, and I'm very familiar with apps on Android. I spend the majority of my free time on my smartphone. So I came to the realization of why not make money while I'm spending all this time on my phone. Why not profit from the time that I'm spending wasting just scrolling through news feeds and browsing what everybody else is doing? Why don't I create my own content? And that's what I did. It was a crazy idea, but this is a Krazy Media company. This company could go a million different directions later on, but right now it's just a branding issue. I'm just trying to, lock this brand down because somebody will take it sooner or later. I made sure that I was the only YouTube creator that had this name, because I know sooner or later somebody will think of the same thing. I've thought of over 50 different names, and there's YouTube creators all over the world who already thought of those ideas. And that's my problem with my Infinite Hustle. If I make a sign that says, check me out on YouTube, my name's Infinite Hustle, there's another Infinite Hustle with a hashtag on there. So does that really affect my channel growth? It could, potentially. It could, if I'm advertising, go to Infinite Hustle, and they see the hashtag Infinite Hustle and they think it's me. They don't know anything different except for, by my voice or by my face, but they don't know my face yet. So they'll just click on the first person, or they'll just click on, potentially the other user, because the other user's ranked higher than me. He's the first suggestion when you type in Infinite Hustle. When you type in My Krazy Media, I'm the first person that you see. I only have 12 videos right now and like 20 subscribers, but that doesn't matter. That's irrelevant. It's all about branding and growth and expectations of the future. And that's where I'm coming from when I'm thinking like this, and I'm going towards YouTube content and creating relevant content, because YouTube is not going anywhere. If anything, it's only going to get bigger. I think they need to figure out a way to profit more off YouTube, because there's much more money to be made on YouTube. But as of right now, nobody can compete with YouTube because it's such a large platform. Nobody can compare to what YouTube's doing, because YouTube is hands down taking attention away from more people than any other site, app, anything. YouTube is number one. YouTube is the best. So my two popular things that I'm going to do on this channel is I'm going to review apps and I'm going to review creators. I'll never run out of ideas, because there's always apps being created and there's always new YouTube creators being created, and all I'm going to do is give them feedback and give them a rating. As soon as people realize that my rating and my feedback is positive and potentially benefit their channels, they're going to want My Krazy Media to have rated them. Once My Krazy Media gets out there and people understand that it's a positive thing and it's not crazy, it's a crazy mentality that got me here, that made me advertise and brand and stick to a larger niche than doing what I was going to do, because what I was going to do wasn't working. So I had to change it up. I had to change all of my channels. I keep Infinite Hustle up so I can just learn from the growth, but people are telling me that hustle isn't a good idea, because hustle refers to kind of like a scam, or that's what my dad was saying, and that kind of stuck with me. I mean, people think of a hustle as a lick or a way to earn income real fast, and that's usually a scam, you know what I mean? So I'm thinking I'm going to change the name to Infinite something else. But I also have Kyle Kilberg, the type on YouTube, just Kyle Kilberg, and that's an app that I made primarily just making videos of what I want my nephew to learn from me in this world, and the moments that we share, slideshows, things like that. My advice to him at, for becoming an adult and growing up, he's 9 years old right now, so I got a long time to plan ahead before his future. He'll be, you know, he's got 9 years left before he's an adult, so I got 9 years of planning ahead of me just on that channel alone. I have 3 channels, and it's not because I have that much time on my hands, it's because I have that many different things to talk about. I want to influence Briar on my Kyle Kilberg channel, and I want to make family memories and stuff like that on my Kyle Kilberg channel. On my Infinite Hustle channel, I teach people how to hustle and how to think like a hustler, the mentality of a hustler. And on my Krazy Media, I'm going to review apps and I'm going to review YouTube creators, and I want people to recognize and realize that I'm a person who suffers from mental illness and addiction and arthritis and debt and numerous other issues, and I'm overcoming all these because of these huge opportunities that are standing right in front of me. I mean, I have access to the entire world right in my pocket, so why don't I utilize it for my advantage, and why don't I utilize it for profit for the future? I'm not looking at this as a short-term goal or a short-term hustle or anything like that. It's not nothing like that. This is totally long-term. This is more of a retirement plan. Maybe when I'm 50 years old, my Krazy Media will be reviewing the best apps and giving the best ratings, and people will be going to my Krazy Media specifically for app reviews or channel reviews. That's my expectation. But I feel like, being part of so many different demographics, I can relate to so many other users on YouTube and so many other creators. That's why I think people will attract my videos and they'll be attracted to my channel, because they can relate to how I feel and the things that are going on in my life. So that was basically why I'm joining this huge platform, this huge opportunity. I'm taking advantage of YouTube. I'm taking advantage of everything Google has to offer. I'm taking advantage of every social media platform out there, because they all have their benefits, but primarily YouTube is my main focus. That's where I put the majority of my time in, and that's where I enjoy myself the best, is creating content on YouTube and spreading my message with other people and speaking to other people and influencing other people and leaving a message that will remain even after I'm gone. So sooner or later, I'll give somebody this password and username and in my family, so the descendants could use this later on in life. So in 50 years, my Krazy Media could be one of the largest media sources in the world. I'm not saying it's gonna be, but that's not very optimistic thinking, but it could be. And I could just leave my descendants a password and a username. I don't need to leave them any money or nothing. They could literally just sign in and transfer addresses and transfer account information to themselves, and technically they'll be handed my basically fortune and basically what I've built. I know what the end game is. I know what the end goal is, and that's monetization of your videos and monetization of your channel. But I'm not thinking about the end goal. I'm particularly focused on what's going on right now, and I'm passionate about spending my time creating content and taking advantage of all the resources that are available to me. I'm learning everything that I learned straight from YouTube, and I'm putting it back on YouTube in a different way in my own videos. Literally everything that's in my brain and all the knowledge I have, is came from YouTube over the past 8 years, or however long YouTube's been available. Um, I've been on YouTube watching music videos and watching, you know, um, advising, uh, things about money, motivational speakers, mentors, all that kind of stuff. And I've thoroughly critiqued them. And I followed everything they said, and I've listened to what they said, and it's finally starting to come together. So I want people to realize that this isn't some type of crazy, unattainable goal. Like when I said I wanted to be a billionaire or a trillionaire or even a millionaire, people thought that was ridiculous. That was never going to happen. Well, something like this is so simple. It's right in my pocket that I could literally make this a multi-million-dollar company if I really put the work into it and really wanted it to be that. But I'm not trying to build a multi-million-dollar company right now. I'm trying to build a platform where people come that they can relate to and they can learn from and they can utilize for their own gain. When I critique these apps and when I critique these channels, it's because I want people to go to the right apps and the right channels. I want them to avoid the mistakes that I made and eliminate, the frustration and the slow down process of going through the trial and errors. I'd rather you just watch my video and know what's good, and sooner or later you're going to realize that I know what I'm talking about because I've been doing this for so long, and you're going to, hopefully relate to my content and come to me for advice on what channels to view and what channels to talk about, or what apps are popular or good to use for numerous different ways for selling and social media and all that. This is all a mix between selling, advertising, entrepreneurship, and branding, and numerous other things. Currency, the flow of currency, sociology. There's a lot of things involved in being a YouTube creator. You have to know various different topics, and you have to know how to work various different tools to grow. You know what I mean? You have to be able to use Reddit and Tumblr and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and you have to use all these different platforms to grow your YouTube channel. But in the end, YouTube is the king. So the only way to please your king is to do something beneficial for your king. And I think if you do something, or you got a good idea for something for YouTube, I think you better take advantage of it, because YouTube is not going anywhere for till the end of the time, unless the stocks for some reason plummet on YouTube, and there's some major economical issues with or YouTube. I really don't see it going anywhere. I don't see there ever being an issue, because they built themselves so well, and they put themselves on such a high pedestal that no one will ever be able to compete for at least as long as we're alive. I mean, I say that, but I thought Facebook was going to last forever and be the number one, but what I'm coming to realize is YouTube has always been number one. People just didn't realize it. People are starting to realize it, and that's why they're getting more subscribers, and that's why they're getting more watch time. That's why more people are getting on YouTube and spending more time on YouTube. It's not necessarily that they didn't want to use YouTube before. It's just they weren't necessarily informed or aware of all the great content that was available. You look at people now, and they're not watching their televisions no more. They're not watching DVDs. They're not watching Netflix no more. They're watching their smartphone. They're watching their social media sites. They're watching videos on YouTube. They're listening to music on YouTube. They're spending time on their phone 24/7. So what I've learned and what I'm gonna teach people and what I hope people can gain from my channel is to put them things together. Put YouTube and put money together. Put yourself and your creativity and the things that make you an individual. Put that on a channel. It doesn't matter what it is. You can think of any word that's in your head and you can make a channel about it. That's why I say there's infinite hustles on my other channel, because literally every single job that there is available in the world, you could change it and make it another job just by altering it a little bit. And not only can you alter it a little bit and make another job, but you can make a video about it, which is another job on top of that. And that's an even greater accomplishment. So every single opportunity is infinite. People don't realize that. And that's what I want people to gain from my Krazy Media, is that I'm going somewhere. I know exactly where I'm going, and I know exactly how to get there. And I know exactly who I want to target. I know the audience that I want, and I'm not, looking for sub. I'm not looking to beg for subscribers. I'm not gonna spam on, my social media sites, because it's pointless. I know that my content is great, and I know that what I've built already, just this brand alone, has the potential to do numerous things for me and produce such a great outcome. It's unfathomable. So if you're really thinking of going big and you're really trying to do something on YouTube, start a media or a TV or one of those kind of channels that can talk about so many different things. Don't just stick to, they say stick to your niche. Well, you stick to your niche, yeah, you might lose some people, because people come to your channel for learning about how to be an entrepreneur, and if you make different videos, you might lose some subscribers because your next video isn't about becoming an entrepreneur. But if your next video teaches people how to make $1 million, then who cares about being an entrepreneur? You just gained all them followers who are trying to attain $1 million. You know what I mean? You can obtain a whole new audience. There's going to be an up and down when it comes to subscribers and viewers, and you just got to figure out what works for you. Certain content is going to work better than others, and you can tell that by your YouTube creator analytics. So there's ways to measure how well you're doing as well. So it's not like it's a guessing game anymore. They're literally telling you everything that is going on. You post a video on YouTube, they tell you how long people watch the video. They tell you who the viewers are, what country they're from, how long they watch the video before they subscribe. Do they click the subscribe button before the end of the video? Do they click on your end cards? And do they retain the information from your videos? Are you actually growing watch time, or are you just gaining subscribers? There's a lot of things involved in becoming a successful YouTube creator, and I think I have it pretty well mapped out. I'm not really worried about the end game. The end game is already established. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about what's going on right now, today, how I can get you to realize that you're on your smartphone all day long, and there's nothing better for you to do than to grow your social media for advertising and grow a YouTube channel based on any topic. The reason I wrote Breaking All the Rules on this is because I'm not going by what other people have told me. People have told me that I'm going to fail numerous times. They tell me that my ideas are shit. They won't invest in my ideas. I'm on disability. I'm on limited income. You know what I mean? So I live for my ideas. That's how the only way I'm going to grow is straight from my ideas. I'm not going to grow from my wealth. I have to grow from an opportunity. So I have to create opportunities to grow from an opportunity. So I hope you understand the message I'm trying to give you is that YouTube and your smartphone are the most important things in your life right now, besides your family. Yeah, you have a job. Yeah, you have a lot of other things involved. But you need to realize that if you want to be successful in this world, if you want to be rich, if you want to, have, a particular following, if you want to be able to sell goods easily, you want to be able to live a decent lifestyle, You need to realize that social media is the way of the future. YouTube is the leader and king of social media, and your smartphone is your path to all of that. The smartphone is not going anywhere, just like YouTube. The smartphone is only going to be increasing its technological advances and only increasing its users, just like YouTube. So I'm jumping into the right platform. This is a platform, and this is a investment opportunity where you don't have to initially spend any cash. You don't have to spend $10,000 on a stock, or you don't have to, have a co-signer or put up so much down payment. It's nothing like that. You start off with zero subscribers, zero following, zero attention, and you slowly build, and you mix it between your other forms of social media, and you make it a platform to where you can sell goods on, or you can figure out a way to earn. There's other ways to earn income on YouTube and social media, but primarily that's the end game, is selling goods or selling watch time, or selling ads, or whatever it is that you're trying to influence your audience to have them purchase from you, because that's the result of having such a large audience, is making sales. And if you want to be successful in this world, you got to be good at making sales. So that's just a little bit about where I'm coming from, a little bit about why my Krazy Media can grow and will grow, because I know what I'm doing. I know the road that I'm on. I know the complete path, step by step. I know that there's going to be bumps in the road, and there's going to be, obstacles to overcome, but that's part of the game. I'm not saying that my Krazy Media is going to be a multi-million-dollar company tomorrow. It's not. It may never be a multi-million-dollar company. It may never be a $100,000 company. But I guarantee I'll have 100,000 subscribers before I die. And I'm not begging for subscribers. I'm just telling you they will come, unless I die soon. But I got so much content coming out that it's really going to be hard for them to stop me. I'm going to put so many videos on YouTube that when I'm gone, there's going to be hundreds of videos all over the internet of the things I had to say. And that's my imprint for the future, and that's my digital imprint for the world. This is one channel, and this is the growth that could be expected from just this one channel. I still have 2 other channels that I haven't even figured out which direction I'm going to go in. But this one is pretty narrow focus, and this one I know exactly where I'm going. And the weird thing is, this one was the one that was the most off-base topic over all of them. It used to be called President Trillionaire. President Trillionaire. Can you believe that? I wanted to be the president, and I wanted to be a trillionaire, and I wanted to make my own money and produce so much money that I just gave it to people so they didn't have to work anymore. Well, what I found out was Zimbabwe did the same thing and overinflated their currency, and now their currency is basically worth nothing but pieces of paper. I have a $10 trillion bill from Zimbabwe. A $10 trillion bill. That's one bill that has the entire wealth of nearly the entire United States. So that's what I was trying to overcome and accomplish, and I realized there's a huge bump in the road for me. I wanted to produce money and give everybody money and solve their problems, and then I realized if I hyperinflate the money, then the money's not worth nothing, and technically they're going to be working and slaving over a different product, whether it's gold or a different currency, U.S. currency, whatever, is no longer valuable. So if we overinflate the U.S. dollar, for instance, and give everybody everything they need, and pay all the places that need money, pay for cancer to be finished, pay for addiction to be solved, pay for every mental illness, and pay for every problem in the world, all that's going to do is cause more problems for us financially. And you don't necessarily realize it, but producing more money doesn't necessarily produce more results. It sometimes has the opposite reaction, and that's what happened in Zimbabwe. And that's the reason I'm technically a Zimbabwe trillionaire. So I took off the name of being president trillionaire because I don't care if I'm president. I can be the president from my smartphone, talking to the world, and that's the whole world. The president talks to one country. Yeah, he has a big job and everything, but I feel like if you do your job properly, you can have a following just as big as the damn president on social media. If you become a YouTube guru or a YouTube god, you'll be just as influential as a president. So why would I try to emulate somebody that I don't like? I don't like Donald Trump at all. Some of my older videos, I was making fun of him on this channel. I was on his Twitter and this and that. And that's some of the Krazy Media, where the idea came from, is stuff like that. That goes from head, crazy ideas. But I'm telling you, this isn't a crazy idea. This is very narrow-minded, narrow-focused. This is all about reviewing YouTube channels, reviewing apps, and speaking to people who can relate to the problems that I have in my life. Addiction, mental health, arthritis, debt. Simple. Simple focus, simple, target audience. It's very, very well thought out. It's been planned. It's been over a year coming. It's not like this happened overnight. It took me over a year to come up with a YouTube channel name that I was competent in. So that's half the battle alone, is just making sure that I was competent in my YouTube channel name. I haven't been competent in my name in a long time, or my brand. And I'm building a brand, you know what I mean? I can sell anything on a media channel. I can advertise anything on a media channel. I can do anything on a media channel. It's just which direction do I want to go? So think about that. When you're creating your own channels, and try to utilize media as a key word in your channel name, because it broadens you to a much larger audience than just saying my crazy life or something. That just particularly talks about you, or people think it talks about you. My Krazy Media, people don't necessarily know what it talks about, so they're going to be like, I'll check it out and see what he's got to say. You know what I mean? It'll spark their interest. It's very simple, but it's very well thought out, trust me. And it's the simple ones that really make it. I mean, I've noticed from a lot of successful channels, a lot of successful people, that some of the simplest things that they put together are the most successful. So I'm telling you, I know what I'm doing, and I hope you learned a lesson today about YouTube and smartphones, because I'm coming at you hard for the next 2 to 5 years at minimum. I'm going to be busting my ass growing this channel and my other 2 channels as well. I hope to give you at least 1 video per week on every channel. If I can do that, I'll feel pretty accomplished, because I also work and I drive limo, and I do numerous different things. I sell on Amazon, I sell on eBay, I sell on Craigslist, I sell on Letgo. So I do a bunch of other things. I got a lot of things going, but I will dedicate as much time as I can to this, because I know the end results are so phenomenal that I can't miss this opportunity. So I'm telling you right now, don't miss this opportunity, and don't let this pass you by. Don't waste your life thinking, I could have did something different, or I should have took advantage of using my smartphone for income, or I should have used YouTube to make money back in 2010 or 2015 or 2020. Now it's 2050, and you're near retirement age or whatever, and you have nothing but your retirement, which is minimal. If you make a successful media company, you're golden. You don't have to worry about that kind of shit. So Think differently, think bigger, think Krazy Media. And this is my Krazy Media, coming at you live, coming at you from Clinton, Iowa. And this is Kyle Kilberg. I am your creator. I am your advisor. And I hope that you learn from everything I have to say, because the things that I talk about have took me years to learn. I've known that a smartphone and social media was the key to success a long time ago. I just now started utilizing it. I now started taking advantage of the opportunities and the things that are available right in front of me. So get started. Think about different ideas, but definitely think bigger, think better, and think my Krazy Media. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. And I hope you all gain something useful from this channel. And I hope you all gain something useful from this video.